Ask yourself, since you were born, have you ever seen your face with your own eyes? That wasn't a trick question, but a subtle truth that we ignore on a daily basis. Spiritual awakening. What exactly is it? Why does it even happen? Or why seek it at all? These are some of the questions that automatically come to mind when we hear about this spiritual phenomenon. Why did the great ones like the Buddha leave his comfortable royal life just to struggle in the world to pursue this? What did Moses see in the bushfire when he was all by himself on that mountain? Why did Jesus wander around all over just to spread the message of the Lord about the kingdom of heaven that is within all of us? And then offered the ultimate sacrifice of his life on the cross just to nail this important realization for generations to come. Or why did the ancient sages of India like Vyasa wrote the greatest poetic passages of the Bhagavad Gita describing the nature of our reality in meticulous detail? At first it seems ludicrous to go to such extents that very few people understand in this world. But upon serious investigation, then if you have the Lord's grace, through the following direct experience, one realizes it has an obvious and the only truth about our existence. The primary and initiating reason for pursuing it obviously comes from this world in the form of suffering. We all know that everyone and every being in this world, regardless of circumstances, suffers at some point in their life. Even the riches of this world cannot spare you from suffering. Just the intensity and the type of suffering varies or differs based on circumstances. Suffering essentially is always internal, because even if the body is suffering in the form of pain, it is only because of the faculty of the mind there to process and present it as pain that we experience the suffering. And so ultimately, the resting place of suffering, and even happiness for that matter, is all in the mind. But for some folks, suffering just results in more suffering, or rather staying with it, while for others, it triggers a search for something deeper and meaningful. I have a few thoughts on why that is, but I'll explore them in a separate video. Second, or rather a higher level of reason to search for the ultimate truth, in my opinion, comes from sheer curiosity, which essentially is a result of a destined purpose from God itself, to just uncover and guide the rest of us towards the truth. The great ones of our race, like the prophets and sages, belong to that category. Their only purpose is to look for that unifying truth that transcends all experience, the one that is the basis and substratum of all our experience and this material universe. It is the only thing that we all are striving for, even when we are pursuing worldly goals. It is the source of the drive behind the seeking of things in this world, and upon the fulfillment of those drives, the bliss that we get, it is the source of that too. But whatever we experience in this world, it is only but a tiny fraction of it. It is like there is the light from the sun that is immense and almost blinding, but then there is the moonlight at night, which is essentially just a reflection of that sunlight, but downgraded to a level that is so mild that it illumines, but it has drastic limitations in comparison to the mighty sunlight. Let's take our own example. Ask yourself, since you were born, have you ever seen your face with your own eyes? That wasn't a trick question, but a subtle truth that we ignore on a daily basis. We never have, unless you have the ability to pop your eyes out and turn it back towards yourself. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. We have only ever seen our reflection, either in a mirror, and nowadays with our phones, camera, etc. For a fact that we have ever only seen our reflection, we never doubt the person that we are. We can doubt the existence of the entire world, but we never doubt our own existence. For some reason, we always consider ourselves to be always real all the time. Even though we may discard the world at our convenience if it doesn't align with us, each moment of our existence, we just know that we are. Not something as a concept, but as a living reality. And how do we have that firm conviction? Let's do a thought experiment. Even if we close our eyes, silence every sound from our surroundings, when there's nothing to taste or smell around, and if somehow all tactical or touch sensation from our skin was gone, say in the case of paralysis or numbness or anesthesia, we still have that bare presence with us. Our presence. What is that? It is us. But we never acknowledge, like the way we acknowledge this body, the way we acknowledge the thoughts and the voice in our head that keeps yapping away, and we believe ourselves to be that voice. A body that only our eyes see due to the light reflected off of it. In essence, we are only ever seeing the reflected light. So keeping this argument in context, doesn't it seem a reasonable effort to seek our real identity? That is fundamentally the core of all of us. A goal that only a few among us over the history of humanity has sought. Because somewhere deep down, we all know we're not just the body. Even if we choose to investigate it or not, we have this feeling somewhere in all of us that our existence transcends the birth or even after the death of this body. We are always helplessly one with the reality, whether our mind is consciously aware of it or not. The difference knowing it makes is that when the blows of this world come, in light of our true nature, we are able to face them with jest, because nothing in this world can ever affect it. It is the body that suffers. And vice versa, when we rise up the ladder in this world and achieve whatever greatness we are destined for, we stay humble, knowing we gain or lose nothing from it. It all comes and stays here in this world. We are just a mere observer of either of those circumstances. I'll leave you with this thought for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless and peace to you all.